Let's go. What is good? Let us go. Let us go. What is going on? It's your freaking boy. Let's get it. I'm super excited. Happy Wednesday. You know the vibe, y'all. My client Kim, she just doesn't miss. Kim, you got my notifications on or what? Singing boy, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I'm trying to vibe out to Little Creed. I think that's gonna be my walkout song. I think that's what it is. Got my boy Kev in the house. What's up, Kev? How you doing, brother? That's my dog. Let's go. We're a little late. Normally I do these at 5 o'clock, but I was actually in Coral Springs looking at some apartments. I have to relocate again in just a couple months here. So I was out looking for apartments out in Coral Springs. So I appreciate you guys. Just came to check the hair. How's it looking? I mean, we're not as tight as we normally are. I'm trying to time the cut with the show next week, so I'm getting cut next week on Tuesday. As you guys are pulling up, let me know how your day is going. Almost a week out. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, we're exactly 9 days from the show. I just got goosebumps saying that. But let's get it. Always got to show up. You know the vibes. Alyssa, how you doing? What's going on? Another client of mine, Sophia, in the house. Let's get it. TikTok, what's popping? Let's go. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. You know the vibes. So today is going to be a good podcast episode. I'm really fucking excited, and I'm not going to waste anyone's time. So let's get into today's episode in 3, 2, 1. Boom. What is going on, fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Shift Your Mind, Change Your Life Pocket. It's your boy, Coach Sal. Let's get it. Happy freaking Wednesday. I'm super excited. Maybe I shouldn't say Wednesday because I'm recording this audio onto the podcast, and it might not be Wednesday when you listen to it, but whatever. It doesn't matter. In today's episode, going to be covering work-life balance, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about where my head's been the last few months with this contest prep and getting ready for my first show, and how I've really been like in a tunnel vision like mindset, and how that's affected me, and some insight that I've gained throughout that experience. And I wanted to share that, and I had a really insightful thought process before when I was taking a shower. Do you guys resonate with that? Like whenever you're in the shower for some reason, like the thoughts just kind of like flip, And for me, I was like thinking before, and I was like, man, I've been like so like focused, which is great. And actually, I think I made a written post about this the other day as well, and it's great to have goals, and work hard, push yourself. Like those are all great things, but like to what extent, like to what extent do we draw the line? Like, and I was thinking about this, and I think the more that I've come to realize, it's not always work. It can't just be like all work and no play. That's not really a life to live, and that's the thing is like recently I've been like so focused on things that I need to do, right? Like, let me try and grow my business. Let me try and impact a lot of people. Let me do the show, this and that. And it's great to have all these goals, but we need to enjoy ourselves a little more. And I was having a conversation with a good friend of mine, Justin, on the drive home today. And we were talking about that. Like, like let's go on a fishing trip. Let's plan that out. Let's go to the casino. Let's go to the beach. Let's do these things. Like if you work your ass off, like let's say Monday through Friday, you're on par. You're doing the things that you need to do throughout the week. You're doing well at your job, you're crushing your fitness goals, you're doing well with nutrition, you're making the right decisions, right? So if you're doing that, in my book, then you've earned some time to enjoy yourself. And like, whether or not like what the answer to that is, right? Like, if you're working hard enough. And I think for me personally is that I'm putting so much pressure on myself to perform a certain way. But at the same time, in all reality, if you're doing all the tasks that you need to do on a daily basis to the best of your ability, then why can't you enjoy yourself a little bit, right? Because that's the whole purpose of living, is to create that balance. And I wanted to share those thoughts and that energy with you guys, because I feel like now, especially like the whole like hustle culture and the grind and all the stuff we see is great, and I'm not knocking that, because I'm a coach as well, and that's what I believe in, and that's really the mindset and perspective and belief that I carry on a day-to-day basis. But at the same time, that's the question. Where do we draw the line? When is enough enough? And it got me thinking that it's never enough. You're always going to want more, money. You're always going to want more things, clothes, material items, a nicer car, a bigger house. Like, you're always going to want that. And if we're constantly like trying to procrastinate. I shouldn't say procrastinate, but I should say, prolong our happiness till we get those items or till we get, the better physique or the more quality job, whatever it is. You can use this example for anything, but like, that's the thing that I've come to realize, right? Like, if you're always waiting till you get the better job, the clothes, this, and that, you're never going to be happy. And M. Milet talks about that in his book. And I always reference him, man, because he's absolutely incredible. And the book that he just came out with, The Power of One More, has been absolutely remarkable so far in reading. I'm reading it. I'm going through it every day. And I would highly recommend picking that up if you haven't done so already. I actually have it right next to me. I'm not paid to endorse this whatsoever. It's just an absolutely incredible book. And if you're someone who is interested in learning how to really level up their mindset, just their overall quality of living, I would highly recommend picking up that book and getting into some of his content on YouTube and his podcast. It's absolutely remarkable. But back to the point, like he talks about that, like, I'm going to be happy when I get this raise. I'm going to be happy when I lose 10 pounds. I'm going to be happy when I move this and that. And it's like, that's not how we need to operate. And the more that I dive into that, the more that I accept that, and the more that I really want to portray that message, if that makes sense, because I've seen that for myself. I've like continuously, I'll wait till I get the jet ski. I'll wait till I get the truck. I'll wait till I'll move out of my parents' house to be happy. And it's like, yeah, those things are great, but like, why can't we be happy now? Right? Is that making sense? Are you guys getting value so far? Because I used to struggle with that the last couple of years. And that's really the goal with what I'm doing, right? Is to continuously deliver value. Does that make sense? TikTok, what do you guys think about that? Drop some fire in the emojis. Drop some fire in the emojis. Wow. Drop some emojis in the chat, in the comments, if that makes sense and you're getting value. Instagram, what do you guys think? Does that make sense? What do we got here? Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, any comments? Let's go. Let's keep this rolling. Let's keep this fucking going, right? So we're talking about creating balance, right? Why is that important? Because if you're on go 24/7 and you're not taking the time to enjoy yourself when you earned it, that's going to lead to a lot of problems, whether that be burnout, resenting the work that you have to put in, and again, I keep referencing my contest prep just because for right now it's relevant, but like the amount of training, posing, cardio, nutrition that I've been doing the last, few months, arguably since January. So you're looking at like 6 months, of this prep that I've been going through. And it's like, yeah, it's almost making me resent the training aspect of it a little bit. I'll be honest and say that, but at the same time, like now I'm just accepting that it is temporary. This is right now just a phase of my life. And like, I can smile thinking about it. Why? Because it's not going to last forever. And I think that's something that a lot of people fail to grasp, is that we get so like caught up and fixated in the moment, thinking that things are going to last forever, when in reality, nothing lasts forever. Everything is temporary. And the more that we could accept that, I think the happier and more peace you can create as a byproduct of doing so. And that's something that I've really been leaning into recently. And it's helped me because I was getting so frustrated. Oh, I got to do all this cardio, all this posing, all this training, weigh my food. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. But again, this is a small window in time that is going to pass. So if you're someone who may be struggling in any capacity, realize that nothing lasts forever. Everything is temporary. And in my opinion, this is my opinion, in order to really create true balance and happiness within yourself, it is subjective and it looks different for everybody, right? But at the same time, I think if you're just giving 100% to the things that you need to do on a daily basis, right? And like, what the answer to that is, right? Like, if you're doing all you can. If you're doing everything that you can, you could put your head on the pillow at night and you could sleep no problem, and I believe if you're continuously doing that, then yes, you should enjoy yourself. You should take some time to, what's the word I'm looking for? Enjoy the fruits of your labor. I think that's the right saying, right? Is that the right saying? Yeah, I believe so. But I wanted to share that because it's been something that I have been struggling with recently, is creating some better balance, because I'm so fixated on, growing my business and serving my clients to the best of my ability and doing this fitness show and all these things that I haven't taken any time for myself, and it's taking a toll on my mental and just overall well-being. And that's why I felt it was important to share this, because there may be other people who may be struggling with that, right? And sometimes, guys, like, all it takes is just one thing, to hear it a certain way, for it to click with you. And if that's what you get from coming to this live stream and this podcast, then my job is done and I'll have service to you. And that makes me happy, knowing that I had an impact on someone in their life and how they're choosing to view themselves. And honestly, I think it's one of the most remarkable, if not the most remarkable thing on the planet, is to be able to have that freaking impact. And I say this time and time again, but I genuinely feel that way. And if you're my client watching this, that's how I fucking operate, that's how I do my thing. Like I gave 100% to the things that I'm doing, because I don't believe in half-assing shit. Why? Because I honestly used to half-ass shit when I was younger. And then I would get frustrated why I didn't get the results that I wanted. And you guys have heard me talk about this on previous episodes. All the award dinners that I had when I was younger, when I was playing football and baseball, always waiting for my award and not really getting the ones that I always wanted. Why? Because I wasn't doing enough work. And that's the thing. So going off on a little tangent, but at the same time, it is relevant to this subject of creating balance and enjoying yourself. And guys, and yes, I'm a fitness coach, I'm a trainer, that's all great and dandy, but at the same time, and I was having a conversation with one of my clients, Robbie, before about this, it's a lot more than just working out, for 40 minutes, lifting some weights and eating some food. It's really ultimately trying to just develop a higher quality version of yourself. Why? So you could be happy, so you could live in alignment, so you could be at peace with yourself and your actions. And that's really all I want to be able to say when it's all said and done. And I was having a conversation with my mentor, Brian Mark, yesterday about this as well. Like the goal is to just look back, when you're older, God willingly that I get there. And all I want to be able to say is that I gave 100% to the things that I'm doing. And I did everything I possibly could in my power to do the best that I can. And that's really it. And I think the more that we could adopt the mentality, I think the better you will feel as a result, regardless of what that looks like, right? Does that make sense? Who's with me? Is this valuable? Taylor, I appreciate that. It's amazing advice. I love your vibe. Thank you very much. That means a lot to me. Debbie, thank you for the follow. Instagram, what do you guys think? Who's live? My cousin just pulls up out of left field. Cousin, I love you, brother. It's my guy. Dennis, what's up, brother? I got my guy on Facebook. You know the vibes. LinkedIn, YouTube, what's popping? Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Hope you guys are getting value so far. But let's wrap this up. So to conclude the episode on creating balance, it's really been something that, obviously I've struggled with time and time again. And I hope that my words are resonating with you so far, because that's the thing, like if you are not happy with where you're at, you don't have to stay there. Everything is temporary, and realize that if you want to make a change, the only thing that's stopping you is yourself. Why am I saying that with conviction? Because I used to be the guy who stayed at the bar till the lights came on. I used to be the guy that would eat for attention, and I put on a lot of weight, and I created a lot of poor habits with nutrition. I developed a kidney stone at 17 years old. I was super uncomfortable in my body. I could sweat thinking about it. I know exactly how it feels when you walk into the gym and you think that everyone's judging you and your face goes red because you hate the way that your clothes fit. I know what that feels like. And that's the thing. If you feel in any way, shape, or form in that regard, I know what that is. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to struggle. You don't have to stay there. You can change your body. You could change your mind. You can do whatever the fuck that you want to do. If here's the caveat, here's the catch, if you're willing to do the work, if you're willing to show up consistently, if you're okay with making mistakes, putting yourself out there, being judged, right? Like all those things, right? If you're willing to do that, give 100% towards your efforts, eventually you'll get to where you want to be. And I think that if you continuously do that, you can rest your head on that pillow. You can enjoy yourself when you need to. And creating that balance is a trial and error process that takes time. And I hope you got some insight from this. So guys, that is it. That is all. That's all we got for the podcast. Appreciate you guys pulling up. Hope you got some value. Let me know. Drop a comment as always. If you want, I'm actually thinking about doing a giveaway as well to increase the audience on this. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Have the best day ever. Peace, love, and protein, and we'll see you in the next one. Was that valuable? What do we think? Danielle needed to hear this today. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Danielle is one of my rockstar clients inside of my community. She's been absolutely killing it as well. I also have another one of my clients, Janice, here. Guys, I appreciate you pulling up. For my paying clients, we had another nutrition demo inside the group. So Danielle and Janice, be sure to check that out when you guys get a chance. That's you guys, that's there for you. And I think today has been the sharpest that I've spoken in like the last week. Because you guys have known, if you've been following me for a little bit, that I'm hopping on stage next week and my calories are super low. 1,600 calories, 2 hours of cardio every day, plus 5 strength training sessions and a ton of posing. So to say that your boy is zapped is an understatement, but I'm not fucking bitching. I'm just explaining where I'm at. So appreciate you guys. Hope you got some value. As always, if you did, drop me a comment, shoot me a message. Always encouraged. Inbox is always open. Have the best day of your entire lives, and I'll see you guys in the next one.